Hello, Senior Stoner fans. It's the real Senior Stoner back at you for your Barsha Luxo Peak Diamond Dab of the day. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. As always, you're going to enjoy today's video, I know. So hit the subscribe button. Tell your friends to subscribe. Send a like, and I reply to all the comments. Let's get started on today's topic. Instincts. Gut instincts. You don't want to ignore them. Let's get started and talk about why instincts are so important to listen to. Well, they're not some weird mystical power that are only found in the animal kingdom. Gut instincts are innate, typically fixed patterns of behavior in animals in response to certain stimuli. We're born with instincts to help us survive. As much as we may pretend we're not, we're very much animals. Why do we even try to deny it? That's not to say that we're not incredibly smart or that we're not capable of complex thinking. We certainly are. But even though we're very intelligent, our minds are also very clever. They like to try to trick us all the time. Instinctually, we know when to run from predators. When we're babies, we know how to feed from our mothers. We know when something feels off. The problem is when our sixth sense shouts a warning, we stall and we think. We are always thinking. Instincts are a deep twinge or pull towards something buried deep within us. But what they're not is in our heads. Instincts are not our thoughts. Let's try to find our way back to our basic survival skills. These are a few of the things, instincts, we should not ignore. You're in danger. We sometimes question if our natural reaction is justified. Am I really in danger? Or is my mind overreacting? If you feel like someone's following you, instead of running to the nearest house, our mind takes over and starts to think and rationalize, of course no one's following me. If something in your gut's telling you that you're being followed, don't think, act. This can apply to health problems as well. If your gut tells you something's wrong, listen to it. Having said that, there are some issues, whether you're a hypochondriac or you're paranoid, with tendencies like that, you tend to confuse and analyze stuff a lot too much. Maybe taking things at face value under normal circumstances is when we need to listen to our gut. Trust our first impressions. Have we ever had a knee-jerk first impression that something's just off about somebody? That innate first impression is soon lost to labels. Is that person a doctor? Is that person a grandparent? Later, you might be shocked to discover that that very grandparent was abusing your child at daycare. Why are you so shocked? You already knew something was wrong. Now, that's a very polarized thing, but trust your instincts. We need to remember that our minds are tricky. Trusting the sixth sense is not implying that you should walk around with guarded suspicion of everyone we meet. But we need to do what we can to protect ourselves from the harmful actions of others without fabricating instincts that really aren't there. If our gut reaction coming from our mind or is it from the core of our being? Another common mistaken belief is that trusting your instincts is judging a book by its cover. It is significantly different. Our instincts do not form an opinion of someone based on social status or looks. Am I making the right life decision? On another level, your sixth sense might be urging you to reconsider where you are in life. The signs might be more subtle than the flashing red siren of a masked man following us, but if we pay attention, maybe they're quietly telling us something feels a little bit off. Maybe we're going against the flow of where we should be going in our career or in a personal relationship. Often we go against the grain. We don't listen to our gut. The problem is that if we're going to be in the right place, following our values and needs, we got to do it to be happy. So it's critically important that if it feels comfortable, if it feels just right, don't fight it. Smile, bathe in it, relax in it. And that might be exactly where you're supposed to be at that moment. When it comes to big life decisions, we tend to overthink and overanalyze. And that leads to confusing and poor fear-based decisions. So instead of following your initial instinct, you might mull things over and often make decisions based out of fear and make the wrong decision, which in fact can lead us to making even worse wrong decisions down the line. A snowball effect, we call it. So doing something you're comfortable with, when you're comfortable with something, whether it's your job, a musical interest, photography, hobby, it's important to trust your innate reflexes in that area. If you know you can do it, your gut, not your head, will tell you. Once we get it in our heads, we often choke. Think about it. Developing our instincts might take some work. After all, we've been repressing our natural state of being for a long time. Meditation, cognitive listening to yourself, just listening will help you. Because it's critically important now, as we now understand what instincts do, okay, that we learn to trust them. Yes, if it doesn't sound right, if it doesn't smell right, if it doesn't feel right, maybe it's not right. But you are your own guide. So when it comes to life-changing decisions, the only thing you need to do is listen to you. That's right. Now, everybody who makes a decision has a left and a right way to go in a decision. Sometimes you're wrong. You're not always right. But the instinct is the thing that will help you find the right thing to do. When it feels good, oftentimes it is good. And it's going to help you to cull out the people in your world that are right for you. You'll get that goose pimple feeling when it feels right with somebody. You'll get that other feeling when it feels like it's off. And you know what instincts are? Instincts are a reminder, because we forget who we really are. We get swallowed up by, and we get heavily influenced by others. And before you know it, you can lose part of yourselves and forget what makes yourself tick. You know what? Might sound a little cheesy, but our instincts, our way of climbing through these different scenarios, they're not easy, they're not effortless, but somewhere down the path of life and the process of growing up, we've found the ability to fight, and we've found the ability to get past anything with life's instincts helping us. Hope you enjoyed today's discussion on instincts and being instinctive. This is the Real Senior Stoner. We're loading up the Barsha Luxo Peak for our Diamond Dab of the Day. Thank you all for joining me today. As you know already, I value everybody individually, and I truly appreciate your comments. Please keep them coming. I truly enjoy them. Here we go. Power on. The Luxo. We're going out at 5:50. Cheers. Here we go. Temperature's going up. You can see the digital readout screen, which is pretty cool to watch as things are happening. We're going to get our haptic response. It's already up to 300 degrees. A nice quick heat up is another thing that the Barsha Luxo Peak offers. I do like its colors. We're going. Here we go. And cheers, everybody. Boy, does this thing produce vapor. Preserves the terps. Amazon, right? Crazy. I don't like coughing, as you know. Pardon me. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here today. Talking about instincts. You know what you need to do. Go ahead and do it. Hit that subscribe button. Send a like. And I reply to all the comments. Have a wonderful day. And thanks for joining the Real Senior Stoner for the Barsha Luxo Peak Diamond Dab of the Day. Cheers. And remember, use your instincts.